patriotism is supporting democracy, and doing that, I think the reporter's job is to to educate the public so that they can make decisions for voting. I think that they should be objective, because I don't think their job is to influence the public one way or the other. I think it's just to give them the facts and educate them, keep them aware so that people can make their own decisions.
I think if they're doing a special event, like say they're doing a special on 9/11 or they're doing a special on I don't know, the war in Iraq or something like that, then maybe it might be different to have like some type of a pin to commemorate people who have died or something like that. I think that's a little bit different, but I think when you're doing like everyday journalism, like everyday reporting, then I think they shouldn't, wear a flag or wear a pin or whatever.
I think that it needs to be completely subjective in the situation. I don't think that they should share their personal beliefs, but I don't feel that wearing a pin or wearing a flag or showing a flag is any discrimination towards any other country.
I think journalists should definitely show their patriotism for their country while they're reporting, especially American journalists, because we're part of the best country in the world, and not everyone gets to say that, and they should be proud of that. I know I want to hear the facts, but I also would like it if they're patriotic. Their personal life, they should be able to do whatever they want, and as long as it doesn't affect their job reporting the news.
If they want to be all patriotic, then by all means, I mean, that goes under free speech, doesn't it? And yes, I think they can take it too far, and I think that when they become insulting to whatever they're covering, whether it be an organization, a person, a topic, a religion, anything like that, when they become disrespectful.
I believe that journalists should, to a degree, be allowed to show their patriotism in journalism while they're reporting, because they're reporting for a media that is back in their home country. But at the same time, it shouldn't inflict any bias on their opinions. Oh, I don't believe at all, unless it represents their actual job, that they should be held accountable for what they do outside of work.
No, we are representing the United States wherever we go somewhere, so I think we should represent ourselves that way. I personally don't think they should be towards one side or another, because then you really get mixed opinions in it.
Well, I think that showing patriotism towards your country is fine. I think that that's something that doesn't undermine journalists' credibility or the respect they might garner from their audience. I think showing loyalty to a certain political party is completely different. If you think about the role of the press, one of the roles of the press is to support democracy. So since we're a democratic nation, I would almost say that that means that journalists are supposed to be patriotic and supporting democracy in the U.S. People now use patriot in almost not a negative way, but it has some political tinge to it. Like perhaps if you're a patriot, you're more Republican.
That's your job as a reporter, is just to report the facts. I suppose what you wear on your lapel is up to you, but basically, no, I don't think they should. When they're not being a journalist, when they're being a private citizen, then what they do is their business.
As a journalist, you have this ethical responsibility to your readers to be objective, and a part of being objective is really keeping your own feelings out of a story. Part of patriotism and part of what makes this country so great is that we have the right to disagree and to dissent, and so to be a journalist and a rah-rah patriot, just sort of the two things don't really seem to add up. There are certain things you give up when you become a reporter or when you choose to be a professional journalist, and I think the right to state your opinion publicly about any political issues is one of them.